Hi guys, and welcome to Sisters in the City with me, Anna Bikini.
And me, Mandy Bikini.
I am so excited for today's guest. I have wanted him on the pod for so long, and I just think it's the best time to get him on.
Right now, when the tea is hot.
The tea is hot. Junaid!
What, Junaid?
Girl, I'm so excited to be here.
I'm
Honestly,
really excited to have you.
I'm so buzzing. I can't wait to
You
have
look
like a
so
big catch-up.
nice.
You look unreal.
So pretty.
Do you know what? I've literally been living in the gym every single day. You look unreal. Like I'm literally looking at filmers here, so I'm jealous.
I love how like bougie you and glam you are. Like he came in with his handbag and he's like putting his powder on.
with his Louis Vuitton bag. And he's
Such
like,
a vibe.
I
You know
know, he's
what?
more feminine than me.
I'm just bad and bougie.
I love it.
Yeah.
I literally look after myself and like the little things in life. I mean, I just think
Good.
it's nice to be a bit
I
classy.
love it. So when I wanted Junaid on, so me and you met in Ibiza.
Yeah.
But I knew of you before. Like how many months ago was that? Like 6 months ago?
That was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, we met for that was the
But
first one.
I don't think you both will remember this. I actually met you in District in like 2012.
What?
Yeah.
How do you even have memory of 2012?
I remember absolutely
District.
everything
Do you
in
remember that
District in
club?
2012. And I remember looking at you two girls thinking they're like the prettiest girls I've ever seen.
Oh my
God,
God.
we were
And
well
my-
guys back then.
No,
Yeah,
my-
really, we have clapped.
My friends were on TOWIE at the time in 2012 and I was with them and I remember seeing you two and I was like, oh my God, they're unreal.
Oh
But
my
we never knew who
God.
each other was. And then when you went on Love Island, I was like, oh my God, this is the girl I met in District like years ago.
Did we speak industry?
It was just like hi, but you was with a friend.
A guy?
Yeah, I'm not going to mention his name.
Yeah. We're not gonna he who shall not be named.
Yeah.
Oh, no, seriously, who was I with?
I was literally speaking to you about an hour ago downstairs saying we're not gonna talk about him. We have a mutual.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the way you guys are talking about it is like I was with a guy. I've never really had many relationships. So I wanted to know who it was about at the time. All right. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And we spoke and you were with him.
Oh, did you have a thing going on with him?
Not a thing, just literally like, it's a very small community, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Very small.
Yeah.
So in District, I was like, oh, didn't expect this.
So
Yeah.
I'm taking my socks, my fucking socks out now, my chicken socks.
So when I saw you in Ibiza, I was like, oh my God, I love how like, you know, being Pakistani, being openly like gay, being on reality TV, you're breaking all these boundaries. And I was just
I
saying to you how
know.
much I love that for
Yeah.
you. But when I told Mandy that Junaid's coming on from TOWIE and there's like this big storyline going on with him, she was like, what's going on? She had no idea. She literally had.
Mandy, why don't you want to TOWIE?
I've not seen a single episode of TOWIE in my life. I didn't even know what it standed for until not long ago. The Only Way Is Essex.
Yes.
So do you have
100
to live in Essex to be on the show?
Well, yeah, more than, you've got to be within the friendship
Can I
group.
be on the show if I move to Essex?
If you move to Essex and you're my friend, you can be on the show.
Is
Why
that how
not?
it works?
You need to have a connection on the show to be on TOWIE.
How did you get onto TOWIE then?
Oh my gosh, how did I get on TOWIE? I've been on TOWIE now for 3 years. My
3 years as well?
Yeah, my best friends were on TOWIE like when I was younger. And then the producers just contacted me via Instagram. My TOWIE story is so easy, to be honest, I'm not going to lie. I literally met with the producers, they messaged me on Instagram, went to my local pub in Chigwell. I literally sat down with our exec. An hour later, I had my contract. A week later, I was flying to Dominican Republic, filming my first series. It was so quick.
What? And were you sure you wanted to do it?
Oh, 100%. I'm one of them, right? I'm so honest about what I want in life. And from a very young age, probably like, I always wanted to be on telly. There's no denying that at all. I always knew I was there to perform and entertain. I always just wanted that.
You've got that aura about
you
you.
do.
Yeah.
I've grown up a lot though. I'm like, when I was younger, I was like very feisty and very like, I'll say what I want to say. Now I'm just chill. Like, I'm
sure? I heard you're feisty self.
I can be when I need to be, but I used to just cause trouble for causing trouble.
Yeah.
And when I first joined TOWIE, I was like, I'm going to be like the biggest bitch. I'm going to tell everyone about themselves. And I did.
You did?
And lost many friends along the way. I thought,
Do you have regrets? What's your biggest TOWIE regret?
Yeah, good question.
Oh, that's a great question. You know what it is? There's things I would do very differently. Like I'm 30 in 2 months now. And I think being on telly for 3 years, constantly at like the center of storylines, it does kind of get to you. And I think as much as this has always been my dream and I've always wanted to do shows and wanted to be on telly, it's not what everyone thinks it is. I think you can relate to that as well. Like, it's not what you think it's going to be.
I'll be honest, I can't relate to any of this at all, yeah?
Yeah.
You were on one reality show, but I feel like he's literally doing reality TV. It's like Keeping Up with Kardashian.
At least mine was like, you know, it was 2 months and then it's over. Whereas yours is constant.
This is like, every 6 months.
So what is life like being a reality TV
Wait, I
star?
wanted to know. I wanted to know your biggest TOWIE.
Yeah, go
My
on.
biggest TOWIE regret.
You wish you did differently. Something you've done that you wish you did differently?
I just wish I never caused drama for causing drama.
Oh, for like fake, like
Not even fake. I just think I would cause drama for no reason.
Yeah.
Like someone would maybe not say hello to me. I'm like, she hates me. I'm going for her now.
Yeah.
And it's like, Junaid, come on.
That's probably what made you though.
Do you know what? But that also, the benefit of that is my profile did grow very quickly from being on the show.
Yeah.
I'm going on my 6th series and everyone's like, I feel like you've been in it for years. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I've given you my all. I've given you I've given TOWIE my tears, my drama, my insecurities, absolutely every bit of me, I've given them all.
But that's
That's
why
amazing.
you're so memorable, because like even I don't watch TOWIE, but I probably know like a handful of people that are on it, and you're one of those people that I'm like, I know him, even though I don't watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not surprised that you got your contract so quickly, because I feel like you're so unique, you know?
Yeah, you are.
You're Muslim, right?
Yeah, so I'm Pakistani, I'm Muslim,
So how
I'm
is
openly
it
gay.
like identifying as someone who's like Pakistani Muslim and gay? Do you get a lot of controversy surrounding that?
I do. I think, do you know what was crazy as well? When I sit there and openly say it, there's not one openly gay Pakistani reality star on telly.
Yeah, no, I've
on
not seen
mainstream
any.
TV.
Yeah.
There's no one.
No.
And I think when I first started my reality journey, everyone was like, you must be so brave.
You are.
And I'll be so honest, like, for me, when I was growing up, I never had anyone to look up to and be like, oh, I really want to be like that person, or I understand what that person's thinking or what they're doing, like I relate to that person. I never had that. So I always wanted to be like I wanted to be that person that people could relate to, like regardless of me being a Muslim, regardless of me coming from a Pakistani background, I'm just a human being at the end of the day.
Of course.
And like,
living life the way you want to live, or what
Exactly.
makes you happy.
yeah, and I think there's a lack of diversity in TV out there. There's a lack of like people from my background, my community out there on mainstream TV, getting the opportunities that I'm getting. And I just want to be a voice to people to be like, you know what? I come from nothing and I worked myself up to where I am today. Like my story starts like, I'm not even from Essex.
Where are you from?
Peterborough.
Okay,
Like,
so how did
which
you...
is like near Cambridge. So it's like miles away from Essex.
Did you move there just to get on the show?
Well, not even that. My story is quite sad, really, because I got disowned at 18
Oh,
from my parents who obviously are strict
It's
Muslims.
funny because I was just about to ask you
Yeah.
actually how are your parents
You got
like, feeling about everything?
disowned.
Yeah, so at 18, obviously, I come out and it was something my family could never accept.
You always knew, right?
Always knew.
From
yeah,
like when you were a
always knew.
child. Okay. But you
Always
kept it
knew.
in until 18.
Yeah, I kept it in because I was always scared of like the community and like causing shame on my family. It was just something I was never strong enough to do.
Did you know that your family was going to disown you? Did you ever consider never coming out to them because
I mean,
of the risk of them, like, you know?
Yeah, I always had thoughts like, should I go down the traditional route and just have an arranged marriage and just keep it a secret like most people do?
Yeah.
Don't talk about it, have a secret life. And I thought, you know what? There's more to me than that. And I know people that are petrified to come out. I know people that would never do it. I have messages every single day from like people from a Muslim background that say, how have you done this? Like, you inspire me every day. And it's like, you have to be brave. And like, as much as it's such a scary thing, like there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And if you said to 18-year-old Junaid, like, don't worry, it's going to be fine. Fast forward 10 years, I'd be like, oh my God, it is fine.
It is inspiring.
It's
It is
inspiring.
fine.
And you are so brave. I've literally got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Because having to think that, you know, you're going to get disowned, and like you said, so many people pretend. Even I, because like we've always hanged around with Middle Easterns, and you know, I grew up in Hounslow. I don't know if you know. I went to school in Hounslow, so I have had exes that are Pakistani. Like we've always been around Pakistanis and Middle Easterns, and I know of gay guys that just like hide it
come out.
their whole life. And what an unhappy life though, that you can't
Be
live.
yourself.
Be yourself, you know?
So what happened, Jay,
they
when
disowned you?
Yeah, what were your next steps after that?
I mean, I'll be very honest. I had absolutely no money, no nothing. And all my friends that were like in Peterborough at the time, I thought, I can't be here anymore. I actually have to physically get away from this, because how am I going to carry on life like this, especially when my family are such a big community at home? Do you know what I mean? So I thought the only friend I had was my friend based in Essex.
Okay.
And that's where I went to Essex.
So did you go and stay with your friend?
Yeah, I stayed.
And that's how it started.
Well, that's where
Are
it
you
all
still
started.
friends with her, him? Which one?
Yeah, I'm still friends with her now. We're not as close as what we used to be, but like life goes, like we all get on with
everyone
life. Like we
grows
still
up.
speak though, but
then
I moved in with her family at
Did
18.
they cut you off completely? They just cut contact with you and
Yeah.
everything?
Have they never come around, reached out?
Well, they did last year. Yeah.
After that long?
After that long, yeah.
How long?
I think it was about 8 to 10 years. Yeah, I didn't speak to them. I had like other family members like try and get in touch, but I think I was in such a like no, I've worked so hard now. Like when I needed you the most and I was rock bottom, you wasn't there for me. When I had to literally sofa surf from friend to friend to friend, my own blood wasn't there for me. And I had to work for myself and get a life for myself. Do you know what I mean? So I think at that point it was like I had a bit of resentment towards them.
Don't blame you.
Understandably.
Like, most people, I sit there and say, well, it's funny enough, I sat there with my mum and my dad the other day, literally on the weekend, and I sat there and said, my friends now can go home to their mum and dad and vent their problems, speak about how they're feeling and get it off their chest. I go home to my 2-bedroom flat in Chigwell on my own.
Yeah.
And I don't have any family around me to speak to or tell them like, oh, it's quite a lot
What
at the
about
minute.
siblings, Junaid? Do you have any siblings and anyone?
Yes, I've got 2 younger brothers and a little sister.
Did they cut you off as well?
Yeah. So
That's
it was
hard.
quite difficult, but I think when you come from like a Muslim Pakistani background, you're one team, aren't you?
You know what? I'm not going to say what they did was wrong, but just for their defense in a way, they've also grown up in that kind of environment where they think that they're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Of
They
course,
think they're doing the right thing when they're not. Like, I mean, my mum and dad, my mum especially, when she first moved here, she was completely different to the way she is now.
Yeah.
In the space of 30 years, she's become a lot more open-minded.
Yeah.
So what was it that made them contact you?
I think exactly what you've just said. They're just learning to like accept and learning to like adapt to what this new world is.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And like I absolutely love my mum and dad to bits. I love my family so much. And don't get me wrong, we've been on a journey, and like where we are at now, it's so lovely. Like we've got a relationship. I can pop round anytime. Like it is lovely, and like we do speak most days. Like we can gossip about stuff, and they know I'm on the show. They understand it. So we've come a long way. And I sat there and I said to my mum the other day, I was like, you're really getting to like the grips with what's going on now, like finally 10 years later.
Oh my God.
But like I feel sorry for my mum as well, bless her. Like,
Yeah, that's
do
what
you
I was
know
going to say.
Like,
They're on a learning journey as well.
yeah, like my mum like got married at 16 to my dad, arranged marriage, had me at 18? Do you know what I mean? So like she had to grow up very quickly as well. So like she doesn't know much about life. Do you know what I mean? Even though obviously she's born here and lived here her whole life, but things are just very different. And I say to them all the time, like London and Essex is a very different place to Peterborough. Very, very different. Peterborough is a very small community.
Yeah.
And
so have you let go of that resentment now? Or like, do you feel like you forgive them?
I do forgive them. And my mum will sit there and say to me now, like, she feels guilt for all the years that we hadn't spoken. All she wants to do now is be a good mum to me and support me, which is lovely to hear. And like she is like my best friend, weirdly enough. Like
that's mad, isn't it?
She is like my best friend. I have got so much love for all my family. Like I'm proud of what they've achieved and what they've done. I probably would have had an easier life if I stayed at home.
So you should be proud of yourself as well.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I think it's amazing that, you know, you, like you said, you've got people messaging you and now you are a figure for people to look up to and think, you know what, I can be my true self.
100%.
And like my life won't be so bad.
In hindsight, it was all worth it. Even though you went through years and years of not having contact with your family, now you have contact with them, but as the real you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's what I think is the blessing in it all. Like, I can be myself when I go home. I can do whatever I need to do. Certain topics we won't speak about. Just out of respect.
Everyone's like
even
that.
Even us. Like, Mandy's more open with my mum, but I won't talk to my mum about sex.
I don't speak to her either. I mean,
you do crack jokes and stuff.
I've cracked jokes, but I don't speak about it. Like,
do you think you could ever introduce a boyfriend to her? Do you?
I don't know.
Do you have a boyfriend right now?
I'm seeing someone.
Because this is the whole hot tea thing, right?
She's so clueless. You are so clueless. Well, but to be honest, I don't know. Is his name Joe?
Yeah.
Joe, yeah.
Joe Black?
Joe Blackman.
Joe Blackman. So actually, you know what? We might as well get onto the topic because like you have the whole of the UK on your case right now, right? Like I said, I also don't watch TOWIE, but I watch all the clips. So you know all the Instagram clips, so I kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I don't think I've met Harry before, but we are like Insta friends, if that makes sense. You know how like in this industry you have Insta friends. So from the clips I gathered, correct me if I'm wrong, that you were best friends with Harry.
I'd use the term best friends very loosely.
Okay.
But
Okay, so from the clips, I saw you were best friends with Harry. Then he had a boyfriend called Joe.
Yeah.
Them two split up.
Yeah.
Then you got with Joe.
Yeah.
Like how
am I right or wrong? What am I? Tell me the story. Like, because I don't watch it.
Yeah. So obviously when I joined TOWIE, Harry was also on TOWIE, and obviously we become friends. Yeah. And obviously built up a friendship from being on the show.
Right.
So yeah, obviously he was a good friend of mine.
Were you really close? Like, would you like?
Were you friends with Harry when he was with that guy, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. So wait, how tight were you?
We were friends. Like, but when we were friends. I can't sit there and deny we weren't friends. We were friends. Obviously, we filmed the show 6 months a year, so we'd spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, but you can spend time with someone, do a show with them. Trust me, I spent 2 months in a villa with people that.
Yeah.
It's like we're friends, but we're not.
Yeah.
Like we're show friends.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of get.
Yeah.
Because this is your chance to speak your side of things.
I mean, but do you know what? I'm not here to like bring anyone down or disregard anything at all. I'm here to like, I'll speak my truth, and that is that. Listen, we were friends. There was times that we were a lot closer, and then at times we weren't as close.
Okay,
but
so there were times you were really close.
There were times we were really close, and there were times that we wouldn't speak, and we fell out in probably about 2 years of being friends. We fell out about 5 times.
Oh, okay. So every series we'd have a fallout.
They didn't split up because of you, did they?
Their relationship breakdown was nothing to do with me. They had their own problems. All I was trying to do was trying to be a friend to both parties and just not let anyone feel left out.
Okay. A friend.
Oh, wow.
Just
okay, was it like that?
Well,
were you trying to be like there for them?
A shoulder to cry on as a dick to ride on?
No, Mandy, no way. I was trying to be good to both of them.
Okay.
Right. So obviously, when we went away to film the series in Cyprus, obviously when you film any show away, like we're with each other 24/7. When we film in Essex, we literally film a scene and we go home.
Okay.
That's our real life. We're not around each other constantly. So the TOWIE abroad trips are always like everyone. Yeah, everyone's there. Do you know what I mean? So on them trips, also this was Joe's first TOWIE away trip. So he's never been on an away trip before. Yeah, so he come on, obviously, I think he come on 2 series ago, obviously as Harry's partner.
Okay.
So that was that situation.
Okay.
In Cyprus, him and Harry's relationship was breaking down prior to coming to Cyprus. And obviously in Cyprus, he was on his own. I've been on a TOWIE away trip where I've been on my own and I've fallen out with everyone. And it's not nice. No. I'm never going to leave anyone to be on their own. And obviously I had a friendship with Joe prior to that anyway. We were friends before him coming away. We have been friends. Obviously when he was away, he was alone every single evening. So like we'd go for dinners together, like everyone would be there. Do you know what I mean? I was just trying to be a good person, just trying to support him.
So they broke up before this away trip?
On the away trip, they split up.
On the away trip, okay.
Yeah, they split up.
Can I just ask why they broke up? Do you know? What was the reason?
A lot of it was all shown on the show. Like all their whole breakup aired on TOWIE, so it wasn't working out. Like there was things going wrong. I don't know the ins and outs of it completely, but it just wasn't working.
Okay, and
it hadn't been working for several months prior to us coming to filming.
Okay.
So it wasn't like, oh my God, the relationship's not working. They had their issues prior to coming to filming.
And then how long after they broke up did you start seeing Joe?
So when we come back from Cyprus, it was about a week.
Oh, wow.
A week?
Yeah.
7 days.
I wouldn't even say we were seeing each other after 7 days. It was...
He moved on quick.
Do you know what it was?
He moved on well quick.
There must have been chemistry before.
No, can I be honest?
Me and my ex broke up 2 months ago and I can't think of like getting on with someone else.
I'll be so honest, right? In Cyprus, when me and Joe were in Cyprus, like every single person, cast, crew, production, every single person was like, there's such a connection between you two. And me and him we would laugh all evening. Like we'd be drinking, just laughing, like we're just literally having, just friends, having such a laugh. Like we're on this away trip, like we've got such a great opportunity. And like everyone was like, there's such a connection there.
Yeah.
So
and it was
already
lovely.
Chemistry.
There was so much chemistry. And I'll be honest, obviously in Cyprus, spending all that time with him, I did catch feelings.
Yeah.
And it's not something I never ever thought in a million years I'd catch feelings for Joe.
Yeah.
When Joe first come on the show, me and him were rowing and screaming at each other.
No way.
Literally screaming at each other, literally in the middle of a field.
Yeah. But you know, like Junaid, let's say, for example, let's say you and Joe have like a really long relationship now.
Yeah.
And imagine like every day you're with him, I'm sure you can feel you're getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
And then can you imagine like you break up and then one of your friends?
Of course. I understand it so much. It's so horrible to see. I understand that.
How would you feel?
I'd feel devastated.
In terms of like friendship code, do you think that's a no-go or do you think it's allowed now? So like, are your friends allowed to go there with him after?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like your best friends, are they allowed to go there?
You know what? I'm just a massive believer in if it's meant to be, it will be.
Really?
And everything happens for a reason. And I'll be so honest, like the connection I had with Joe in Cyprus, I've never ever felt it before. And obviously him and Harry split up. We carried on speaking.
And you couldn't help it.
And we just couldn't help it. We both had a connection from both sides. We never ever thought it would go into this. Don't get me wrong. Do I feel
what if
bad?
They're like soulmates? Like, what if they're like meant to be? But then you have to be open to the idea that could happen with one of your friends.
Of course.
And him in the future.
I mean, I'll
Like
be honest,
me-
no one knows this, but me and Joe did have a psychic reading and the psychic did tell us that we're soulmates.
Really?
And I've not told no one.
Obviously, look, I guess if you can accept it happening to you, like, then it's just the way you live your life.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? I think that's the main thing. For me, I would never want it to happen to me, so I wouldn't do it to someone else.
If somebody
Course.
has a connection
Do you get what I'm saying?
with
Course.
my boyfriend, they better take that connection to their grave.
Fair enough.
I so
Can I be honest? Yeah, no, I'll be honest.
Absolutely.
If one of my
World War III.
Yeah, if one of my girlfriends...
I get that. I do get
because
it.
obviously I've just broke up with my ex 2 months ago. If one of my girlmates went near him,
I do get that.
I don't know how I'd deal with it. So obviously, like, how is Harry? Do you know how Harry's dealing with it? I've seen clips. He looks really devastated. Is he okay?
Yeah, I think
Have you
obviously
heard through
at
the grapevine? Like, is he okay?
at the time we were filming, like I knew he was going through a bad time, and obviously I had to film with him and come clean about what was going on between me and Joe and stuff. And listen, I do feel for him. Like, at the end of the day, we are all humans, and I'm not like, it's not the most proudest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Those that know me know I've never been in a relationship in my life.
Oh, really?
my
I've
God.
never
Is this
been in
your
love.
first one?
Yeah, I've never ever been in love.
Is this the first time you're in love? Are you in love with him?
Are you in love, Junaid?
Oh my God. Have you told him? You haven't told him you love him. He loves him, but he hasn't told him he loves him.
No, I
Joe Blackman. He's in love with you. Basically.
I don't think he imagined the "I love you" moment
To be through me.
two sisters in the city. I don't think he imagined it to be like
We
that.
broke the ice. Now he's got to say it back.
Why were we read?
now he's got to say it back.
No, you know what? It's just I've never ever felt like this towards anyone before. I've never had these feelings towards anyone. I've never been in this in this situation towards anyone. Like,
Do you think that's why it was such a force for you to do something that you'd say wasn't easy? Like, you said you feel bad, right?
yeah,
But it was such a strong feeling that made you do something that you wouldn't really do.
Yeah.
100%. I think if I didn't have such strong feelings for Joe or feel like there could be something there, I would never have gone through with it.
Yeah.
God made his soulmate his best friend's boyfriend.
Yeah, but
That's
you know
just
what?
the
For me, yeah,
situation.
personally, like, Junaid, you know I love you, yeah? You know I love you.
No, I know.
But for me personally, like, if it's my friend's boyfriend or ex, automatically they're a brother to me. So, like, a connection can never occur because I can't explain it.
I
Do
do
you know?
think gay world is a bit
I was
different.
just about to say, I think girl
You know what it is,
world is a
right?
bit different as well.
Really? What is it?
I just think in the gay community itself, like, there's not many of us. I know there's a lot, but if you think about like
Yeah.
straight females to straight males to like the gay world, it is very different. And not saying it's correct, not saying it's like morally correct or anything like that.
It's just not as...
Yeah, it's just a bit different. Not that makes it okay.
I
or
get what you're saying.
accepts what's happened. It's not that. I mean, what is wrong is wrong, and what is right 100%. I just feel like in my situation, like, if you know me deep on a level, like, you know I've never been in love, you know I've never had a relationship, and it's something I've always wanted.
So people are just judging you off the show where they don't really know your deep, like...
No, I get it though. And that is the thing. I think a lot of people, some people understand it, some people won't.
Yeah.
I just feel like right now, obviously, it is one of the biggest things to ever happen in TOWIE history.
Right.
Is it?
Yeah.
One of the biggest like TOWIE scandals ever. It's
So
like
what's going on? Because I know before we started the podcast, you were like, I am getting it right now. Like, I feel like I'm the most... He was saying he feels like he's the most hated man.
I genuinely feel like...
I didn't know that. Like, so what is it? You're just getting so many trolls?
I think the thing is, obviously, like, this series of TOWIE has probably been the most watched series as well. Like, we found out yesterday, it's been like streamed 8.5 million times.
Might be thanks to you then.
Which is
They need to give you an award or something.
No, when you think about that, especially like TOWIE, like, it's been going, we're on our 35th series. So the show's been going for like, 14 years? Like, and this series itself has been streamed like 8.5 million times. So it's like through the roof. And like, I felt it this for the first time since being on TOWIE, like, especially on social media, like, the interaction, like the followers and everything. I'm like, oh my God, for the last 6 weeks, I have had like hundreds of abusive messages every single day.
I know, I read
And
through
that
your
is
comments.
not nice.
I genuinely feel like right now I'm the most hated man in Britain.
And how do you take that? Because that's not... I mean, Mandy's thick-skinned. Like, personally, trolling upset. Like, I get upset when I get trolled. You're quite like thick-skinned. How are you, what are you like when you get trolled?
Do you know what? It's a difficult one because some days I'll be like, literally don't care. Like, I am me and I don't care what people have got to say. You don't know the real me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I'll be lying if I said at other times it does affect me.
Yeah, of course.
You know what?
Especially when it's at that magnitude, right?
Yeah, and like for 6 weeks, when I tell you every single day, from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to bed, there's abuse after abuse after abuse.
Gosh.
And it's like...
Do you ever reply?
Well, no.
You don't?
I can't. There's
you know what
so
it is?
many.
When you're in the limelight, you've got to be prepared for this sort of thing.
I don't agree, Mandy.
But you know it's going to happen.
At that magnitude.
You can't have like a delusional state of mind where you think you're on TV, you're in a reality TV show, you can do whatever and everyone's not going to be nice and sweet. No. And people get invested. People are like emotionally invested in the show.
And you know what? For the first time ever, I genuinely feel like people are so invested in the show. I went to Ibiza literally, 3 weekends ago, some girl tried to bottle me in Ibiza. Like, I was literally backstage, like on the DJ decks, and she literally had a bottle in her hand, and I thought, I've never been in a situation where like people will physically try to attack me. And I think
I don't agree that in a way that, okay, yeah, it's obviously going to happen, man. You put yourself on TV, but like for him to be getting this much,
it's a lot.
Hate, yeah, and like to be, his life is at risk, for God's sake.
Yeah, obviously that's not right.
Yeah, but like I just don't get it why people do that. Like,
I mean, I believe that like abuse and bullying, okay, no, and obviously people that are being aggressive towards you, fucking weirdos, but people have the right to share their
opinions, yes.
100%. Have your opinion.
We just gave our opinion to Junaid. He's cool with it. Look, he's fine.
1,000,000%. Everyone's got their opinions,
but
and I'll
being
never disregard that.
to him and bullying him, like,
no, that's
he's
wrong.
human at the end of the day. And I think it's crazy. Like, what happened to this whole be kind?
I think, I think that's the thing. Like with reality TV, like you put yourself out there on a platform, and like any show, we film for hours on end, and you see a 45-minute show. There's so much that you physically, the show can't put in there because there's not enough hours or time in the day to do it. But people are so invested in what they're seeing and genuinely think like, this is it.
This is it. 45 minutes is life. Like, it's not.
Wow. Like, and this series, I've genuinely seen a massive turn. Like a massive turn.
I just feel bad for you that you're going through that much, but you've got Joe, right?
Yeah. And this is the thing, like me and Joe have been each other's rocks throughout this whole...
Probably brings you closer together.
It has brought us, and that's the thing, that it's brought us so much closer together because we're like bonding through this like abuse and hate, but then we're also like enjoying our relationship together, and it's just it's a lot.
Is it not ruining the beginning of your relationship a little bit?
If it wasn't for TOWIE, I'd never have met Joe, and I would never be with him now.
Is Joe going through the same like abuse, or is it mainly you?
He is. Like, we'll both be scrolling through our Instagram, but you get the same message. Like, we both get the same notification.
Oh my God.
But obviously, I've done the show for a while now, and obviously he's done the show for a few series, but he's like, this is like the biggest thing to happen.
Do you feel like it's affecting like your mental health on a day-to-day basis, or do you think you're quite strong?
You know what? I've always been used to trolling. Since I've joined TOWIE, I've always been used to it. I've always been quite a unique person, and people just love to go at me, which is fair enough.
It's my same here
like,
with us.
It's fine. I mean, it is what it is. I don't feel like it affects me mentally because I switch off.
Amazing. Good.
And I literally just think social media is my work. Like, I'll switch off.
Okay, good.
And I've got a good circle of people around me away from the limelight and just normal.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I'm quite normal.
Yeah.
I know I put myself out there on a show and give them every bit of me.
Yeah.
I try a peaceful little life in the countryside.
And I think because you've had like such a, difficult life as well. You've been through so much with like losing contact with your family and everything. That probably makes you a stronger, thicker skinned person.
100%. If I didn't go through what I did with my family, I wouldn't be as strong as what I am today.
Yeah. And I think people need to realise as well, like, you didn't do what you did and think, fuck it, I don't care.
No.
You said you feel bad.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really big thing, the fact that you feel bad and you are like, I'm sure you're sorry to Harry, right?
100%, yeah.
I think that's a big thing. I think if you were kind of going around like, I don't give a shit, I've done what I've done, like, and you were just no remorse, then that's a different... I still don't think anyone deserves online bullying. But to this extent, when you said you feel bad.
Yeah. I think it's hard because I never went out there maliciously trying to upset anyone. I genuinely went with my heart, and it got me into the situation I'm in today.
What is the future for you and Joe?
Well, now he said he loves him. He loves him. We're waiting for Joe to say, I love you back. You're going to move in together.
Do you know what? We are just really enjoying each other's company. Like, it's just lovely. It's refreshing. Like, I genuinely, it's just so...
How long have you guys been together right now?
Well, I'd say from like, it all started in July.
Okay.
But it properly started like towards the end of July.
So it's been about 4 months.
Yeah, I'd say about 3-4 months.
Okay.
It's been like,
Do you see each other a lot?
yeah,
Every day?
most days.
Oh. So would you ever want to get married?
I've always said I'd love to get married. I've always wanted like an Asian wedding and an English wedding. I've always wanted that.
Are we invited to your wedding?
100%. You have to be the Asian wedding. You'll be in the saris and everything.
Oh my God, we went to an
Love
Asian
it.
wedding recently, and like, oh my God, the outfits are so.
Stop it.
Wade.
I've not been to one for 10 years, so if someone's had one, please invite me. Because I literally used to love
It's
Asian
gonna be
weddings.
yours next.
It's a bit soon for that. It's a bit soon
You
for
never
that.
know, you know. Some people meet and within 6 months they're engaged, and within a year they're married.
There's some
You know-
people together for years, like, you know, me and Anna, and nothing happens.
I feel like the situation with Joe, like we're just really enjoying each other's company. It's going in the right direction.
We're here embarrassing him, like he loves him. Where's gonna have him married? He's like, slow it down.
We're gonna send Joe a sari after this, like with an Asian clothes.
Manny, Joe's not gonna wear a sari.
No.
Not a sari. What do the men wear?
Shavani.
Shavani.
Yeah.
We're gonna send him one of those.
God. Oh my God. So okay, and is TOWIE going to be filming again soon, or how does it work? Like, is there
Yes.
anything exciting in the pipeline?
So yeah, we just finished series 34, and for the first time in 3 years, we got a call from ITV to say we've got a Christmas special.
Oh wow.
Is that gonna be like EastEnders Christmas special?
Well, I don't know what it's going to be like, but we start filming in literally a few weeks' time. But we've not had a Christmas special for literally like 3 years.
Oh
So
God.
the last series has done so well for us to be given another like Christmas special, and then we're back in January. I think. Well, we're back next year for another series.
Okay.
So, the
Where you're
drama-
gonna be stirring in the pot.
I'm
some
not going to be
more.
stirring no part. I'm going to sit in the background,
Do
enjoy
you trust
myself.
Joe, by the way? Like after this whole thing happened, yeah, like do you know, after all this happened, you trust him though, because
I
my
do
man
trust
could just
him.
jump from best friend to best friend.
But you know,
You know what I mean? Like
That's a good question.
If he starts even having a casual conversation with my friend, I'll be staring at him.
Like, is there a connection?
Is there a chemistry?
no, because you know what? I'll be so honest. Obviously, he's been around all of us, the cast and all of us, obviously, when he come on the show. And like, everyone always sat there and said there was always the connection between me and him. Do you know what I mean? And
But what if someone new joins? You're going to be staring them out like,
I'll be like,
Is there a
"Stay
connection?"
away.
What's
No.
the psychic reading that you went on? Where the hell did you go?
I want one.
Joe told me about it.
Oh, really?
So before, well, no, I think when Joe first come on TOWIE, he had a psychic reading with this person, and the person told him 4 things. And in that psychic reading, I'll never forget what he told me. He said,
Yeah.
he was like, you're gonna meet this foreign-looking man. And that's what he said to Joe. And Joe obviously in his head thought, what the hell are you on about? But it only clicked.
When he saw your face.
No, it only clicked when me and him started talking. He was like, you're the foreign-looking man. And I was like, what do you mean? And then he was like, oh my God, it's got to be you. It's got to be you. So then he had another, and everything that the psychic said to him in that year, it all come true.
No way. Well, I want to see the psychic.
Why then? So then Joe had another psychic reading with this psychic, and said to
Joe
him
loves these psychics.
every year. It's a once a year thing. I mean, I love it. Put like
Yeah, but
clarity
what if
and
they
guidance.
say like you're going to die?
Yeah.
I don't think they can say that.
Okay.
They're not
okay.
allowed, I know.
Okay.
But then he had this psychic reading, I think literally about 2 months ago when we come back from Cyprus. And then he said to Joe again, he was like, this foreign-looking man. And obviously the foreign-looking man is 100% me. And then he turned
No
around
one
and
else
said,
has told
no,
But maybe the psychic watches TOWIE.
no, psychic doesn't have a clue.
How do you know?
No, because I had a reading with the psychic last week. He has no clue who I am.
Oh, okay.
No clue. Didn't give him my name or
Well,
nothing.
you'll pretend.
No.
Who doesn't know who you are?
No, he
Except for
doesn't.
Mandy.
Mandy doesn't know who I am, so yeah.
No,
then
I'm
he
sure the psychic has watched
No
TOWIE.
way. No, I literally didn't give him my name or nothing. Literally gave him my number and then he called me.
Oh, it was over the phone.
FaceTime.
FaceTime psychic reading.
It was amazing. The best thing I ever did.
Okay, what else did the psychic say?
So then obviously when he had the psychic reading again, he said, this foreign looking man is your soulmate.
Really?
And he was like, what? And he was like, yeah, it's your soulmate. And then I was like, oh my God, I need to have a reading with this guy. So I had a reading with this guy. And the first thing he said to me in the reading, he was like, the letter J.
No.
And I was like, it was like, the letter J in your life, is this a friend, someone you're seeing, or someone you're in a relationship with?
Well, that's a bit. Wait, I mean, it's not a friend, a relationship.
And I was like, well, no, I was like, no.
I
This
mean,
is,
everyone's got a friend called with a J.
Do they? I
well,
don't
no,
know.
no.
Jay.
because then,
Junaid, what are you trying to say?
and I was like, oh no, this is like someone like very close to me, someone that I'm seeing, someone very close to me. And he was like, this person's your soulmate.
Oh,
And I was like, what? And then
Wait.
literally the things that he was saying, I was like, it was so similar to what he said to Joe. But Joe had his reading 2 months ago. He ain't gonna remember. He just like readings day in, day out. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So there's
You need
so
to give
much.
me his number.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name's Darren.
I need to
Okay.
get on this psychic reading shit, man. I need to
we
know
had
what's
a
gonna happen
psychic
in my
come
life.
on. Do you remember? We had a psychic
Yeah,
come
we
on.
had a psychic come on.
Was it good?
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't look good by the looks of your faces.
I mean, he said you're going to get pregnant, and you're not pregnant yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, I mean, I'm not trying though.
do you want to have kids?
I do want to have kids, but
Are you ready now?
No, I don't want kids right now.
No.
But like, I don't know. I feel like in a couple of years, I'd want to have kids.
Yeah, same. I want to get married first.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. That's the
Marriage
thing.
before
Yeah.
kids. It's just
Yeah.
the way
What
I
about
want
you?
it.
I'd like to get married. You know what? I've never thought about kids.
Really?
Joe's got a kid.
What?
Oh yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen on the clips.
Yeah, Joe's got a boy.
Have you met the? Have
Oh,
you
I
met
love
have you
his
met
little.
him?
Yeah.
It's a boy, right?
Yeah, Dace.
And you get on.
Really well. Love
Oh.
his little boy. Love his little boy.
So basically, you got a stepson.
No! You're moving
That's
way
it,
too quick.
that's it.
No. Do you know what? It's just nice because I know this sounds, and this
That's
sounds
it.
so, like, I don't know, just embarrassing. But you know where I've never had a close relationship with my family,
Yeah.
and like the way like he's introduced me to his family, it's just so lovely. And
Yeah.
it really shows to me what family really means. And his family are so close. Like he's got his little boy, like he's got his mum. Do you know what I mean, it's just a close like family union. Like they've open armed, like they welcomed me with open arms, and it's just lovely.
amazing.
So does that not make you want your own family
It
one
does,
day?
yeah. Like especially like when we do stuff like me, Joe, and his like son. It's so cute. Like, we do nice little days out. Do you know what I mean, go
When
to
do you
the
think
zoo.
you'll introduce him to your family?
Oh god.
Like, do you have like
Oh,
if we
God.
hit like a 6 months or a year? Do you have that in your head?
There's no like set time of when I want to introduce him to my family. I mean, I'd probably introduce him to my mum. I don't know if my dad would. I don't know. I don't know, but there's no like. Listen, what's meant to be will be.
Yeah.
And I feel like genuinely all of our lives are panned out for us. What is going to happen is going to happen.
I agree. What's meant for you will not pass you by.
I can't
Yes.
wait to have kids. Can't
I
wait.
was gonna ask you. So you know how you're getting all these trolls and hate. Like, are you getting support from your TOWIE castmates? Like, are they there for you, or have you
Yeah.
been isolated?
It's a difficult one because obviously, like I've said already, this storyline on TOWIE has like been one of the biggest scandals they've ever had. So it's literally divided the cast
Yeah.
on like teams.
Team Harry, Team Junaid.
Yeah,
Has it
and it's like
actually?
it is a little bit like.
Why does it have to be like
Well,
that?
do you know what? I think everyone just makes up their own minds. Like I'm friends with a lot of the cast, but obviously some of the cast are closer to him than what they are me. So I don't expect
Who's
they're
got the bigger team?
Definitely Harry.
Oh, really?
But at the
only
end of the
person I'm really like good with in TOWIE is Elma, because she was on my season of Love Island.
Oh my god, yes,
yeah,
get that.
I love Elma.
Yeah, she's best friends with Harry.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, is she?
You see, I don't know anything about. Like, I don't know that
Yeah.
much. But
Oh, I forget that. Yeah.
So does she hate you?
No, we're fine. We've known each other for years. We've like obviously we live quite close to each other.
And I know Roman. He's part of my
love,
management.
Yeah, I love Roman.
So how are you guys going to continue filming when there's all this animosity? Like,
That's
how
the
does
whole
it go?
They shove us all together and
Is
film.
it scripted or is it very real?
No, honestly, this is my biggest pet peeve that people think about TOWIE. Nothing is scripted
At all.
at all.
That's amazing.
I wish at times it was scripted and they told me what to say.
Yeah,
because
because
I
then you-
wouldn't say the things I say.
And also, you could turn around and be like, "Well, it was scripted."
Exactly.
Whereas it's like,
nothing scripted, like nothing set. Like, I know people have this like preconceived idea with TOWIE, like it's set up, it's scripted, it's this, that. Nothing is. Obviously, like they'll give us a call time and say, "Can you meet us here for filming tomorrow at this time?"
Okay.
And that's
But
it.
so they basically just make sure you guys are in the same area or place.
Yeah. So
and there's not much natural drama.
yeah.
It's like me in your life.
No, literally.
I know we would have the best reality TV show if we had our own show. But you know, I was gonna because you know, like Love Island,
Yeah.
it's not scripted, but they'll be like, "Okay, you and Junaid go over there and have this conversation about this."
No. So
Nothing.
TOWIE's not even like that. No, because they'll just send you your call time and the location you'll go to will be where you're filming.
And that's it.
And that is it.
They just let you loose.
And then, yeah, they'll kind of like, sometimes you'll know someone's walking in the scene. With TOWIE, it's funny because the more you do it, the more you know how it works. So like little things like you'll be sat at a table and like there'll be two of you, but there'll be a third seat and you'll be like, who's coming in?
Oh,
What's happening?
because you're so
But-
used to it.
Yeah, but some people wouldn't even know that. And I'll always be like, why is there another seat there? Who's coming in?
And
What's
that
going
person
on?
that comes in doesn't know what they're walking into. They just have a call sheet.
Or they either will know or they either won't know. Or someone wants to confront you and say something and you won't know nothing about it and
The
they'll come in.
important part is the conversation is natural.
The whole conversation. Someone will come in and be like, oh, I'm glad I bumped into, that's an iconic TOWIE. I'm glad I bumped into you. And I'm like,
Yeah, well, the conversations are natural in Love Island as well. They just give you what to talk about, but what you say is what you want to say. You know?
Yeah, with TOWIE, you kind of know like what you're speaking about because it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, because you can't be sitting there and talking about, the McDonald's I had last night was great. No, you have to talk about the drama.
I think with Love Island, because you're there 24 hours,
they get it.
They need to like, do you know what I mean? Whereas with TOWIE, it's like you get your call time, you go to filming, you do your scene, you go home.
Yeah.
And it's like that.
It's like everyday job.
Yeah, pretty much. We filmed for like one series like for 3 months.
And it's like a Monday to Friday vibe.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, wow.
What if you want to go on holiday?
You can't when you're filming.
People they don't take them seriously. Like they've got a hard job. Like, it's a full-time
So
job.
how long can you not go on holiday? Like,
so whilst we're filming,
3 months.
Yeah, so whilst we're filming, we can't. But we get like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off.
Yeah, so you could go on a weekend break.
Yeah, so that's like Ibiza and stuff come in handy.
So you can't even be making plans with your mates, your family, Monday to Friday.
Not really, no, because you never know when you're filming.
So you got to sit at home watching like daytime TV until they call you.
Well, no, a whole
like,
night.
that's right. Can you go gym whenever you want? When you're in the gym, like doing fucking treadmill, and they're like, be at the pub an hour.
No.
How does that work?
No,
Exciting.
it's a lot more organised than that. So we'll always, the day before, like we're filming, they'll say, you're filming tomorrow, this time, like at this location. So you know, so you have the whole day to plan.
Yeah.
So like in that, the day before, like obviously
I need a whole like 2 weeks in advance. I need to know.
Like, you know, like that's why like most of us, we get all our treatments done the minute before we start filming, because once we're out filming, we just know it's go.
Oh, wow.
Like, and I say, all my friends say to me all the time, like, when you're filming, we never hear from you. I'm like, because I'm so like, there's so much going on, you don't have no time. Like,
so we got you at the right time. Filming's over.
We've finished filming.
3
we're back
months
very soon.
of like non-stop drama, filming.
Yeah, and then you have like a 6-week break, and then we go back again for them 3 months.
That's a
Oh
lot.
God, it's always getting paid well. Look at this fucking Dior shoes and this Louis Vuitton bag. Get me on TOWIE.
Please,
I'll move there. I'm sofa circle.
Please come on TOWIE.
Imagine us on TOWIE. I don't know.
I don't know how that would work.
They would be like,
I
who the
feel
hell
like
are
we
you?
need some new girls, and I think you
But we're not very like Essexy girls.
Yeah, we're just opposite.
No, you're
We're
just
like very
straight-
like, is Essex
We're like
London?
more like Dubai Bling.
East London.
East London.
East London, yeah.
We're Dubai Bling.
We're not Dubai. We're not Dubai
We're
Bling.
Dubai without the bling.
No, we're Dubai without the bling.
No, I feel like you would be really good. Like, you're very straight talking. You say it how it is.
Yeah, but we'd have no drama because we would never like. I know you would never.
Mandy, you would have drama.
Yeah.
You ruffle feathers, Mandy.
But we would not be dating like any of them kind of guys, like Essex
would you
boys.
not?
No,
Essex guys,
They're
they're not my
They're not our
type.
types.
Really?
No.
Oh, I love an Essex boy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd like a
I
hab-
remember that.
I like a
I
Habibi.
tried it with Anna, man.
What was
It
your
was so
type? No,
funny.
I'm
My
intrigued.
type is like a black hair, beard, Middle Eastern vibes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's my
Mandy?
type.
I like an Eastern European, like an Albanian looking
Do you?
ginger beard.
Really?
Her boyfriend's nickname is Gingerbeard.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a ginger beard.
Yeah.
How long you been with him?
3.5 years.
Oh my God, marriage.
Long time. Don't tell me about it, bro.
Have you
Don't
got a
give me
ring?
this fucking topic, man.
Three and a
We don't want
half.
to go there.
Every single time I say 3.5 years now, and they're like, 3.5 years. Every time I tell someone, they're like, where's the... Literally every single person.
3.5 years is a long time.
In it.
So Junaid, thank you so much for coming on. But I just want to say before we go, like, how are you gonna feel when Joe sees that you said I love you?
Yeah.
on the
No,
podcast?
yeah.
How are you gonna feel?
No, because
I
I
feel
say...
like this is gonna be the moment where you face to face be like, well, I do love you. And then he's
Junaid,
like,
you
well, I
need to
love
tell
you.
him now before Sisters
I've
of the
told
City
him.
tell him.
I've told him
You
already.
told him. Why did you say it back?
Yeah, I've told him already. It's not new news. I have told him.
Oh, so why didn't you say?
Because I just loved watching what you guys are doing. It was really entertaining.
They've
me.
already said that I love you.
No, but...
And then he said, I love you back. Who said it first?
Junaid
but-
said it first. I can tell by his fucking face.
You said it first.
No, but we always... Like, when we're on the phone, we're like, love you, bye.
No,
but like,
I'm in love with you.
I love you, Joe.
I'm in love with
Stop,
you.
stop.
Did you say it first? Like, I'm in love with you.
No.
Did he say it first?
No, we've not said I'm in love with you. We've said like love
All right,
you.
Junaid, the episode title is going to be
Junaid
Junaid is in love with Joe.
Oh my God.
J&J, Soulmates.
Soulmates. Love that.
Oh, thank you so much
No,
for coming
thank
on. It's been
you.
so
Thank you, it's been so
fun.
fun.
I'm so glad I've done this, girls. It's been the best time.
Guys, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you, Junaid, and see you next time.